Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Glassman's World. I'm just gonna make some glass here. No real agenda or anything going on. Just gonna kind of just ramble on. Don't have too much to talk about. Fall is in the air. From what I've noticed, it seems like a lot of the leaves have just fallen overnight, but only some of the trees. It's interesting. Every tree has their own scheduled timing for uh for different things. Hey, what's going on? I see Phillips here. Hey, did you see my post that I reposted of your post and it got me in trouble? I'm like, really? All because of what you put in there. Oh, it's too cold for your walk today. Yeah, it's cold right now, man. I'm about to go do some yard work. So they allowed you to post that up, and you didn't get any kind of strike or anything, right? But anytime I post up anything that has to do with that sort of discussion or topic, I always get like slammed. Even when it became recreational here in New Mexico, I posted up the news, like the news channel, local channel, their report on it, and I got a 30-day Facebook jail, whatever, Facebook restriction. It's like what is going on, man? They shadow ban me. See, I got proof that I'm shadow banned. You can put that up, and I can't. People can put music up in their stuff, and I can't. People can talk about those kind of things, and I can't. People can talk about their own medical different things going on and stuff, and I can't. It's pretty interesting. I think it's interesting. So I'm gonna flip this over real quick. So you guys are gonna be looking at the ceiling for a moment. Proprietary blend of native plants. Oh, what? That's weird. There's a comment that showed up on my phone that didn't show up on the screen here. Hold on. I think I'm going to stop mentioning that it has that and just call it natural herbs. Yeah. Proprietary blend of. That's weird. That comment didn't come through. Sorry, I'm trying to do a little dib-a-dab real quick. I just did one and I was like, I need to do another. That's interesting. Some comments show up on my phone but don't show up on here. Oh, because of what you mentioned. Whoa, it showed up on my phone screen. It didn't show up on my computer screen. Now that is odd. Holy, I'm gonna have to screenshot that. That's weird. Why that? Oh my gosh. So I have a Chrome LG computer system. It's like basically just a monitor, computer all in its own. And did that somehow? Because it came through my phone. Why would it come through my Nokia? The comment, I can read the comment on my Nokia, but I couldn't read it on here. Whoa, okay. We just got into some new playground right there. There's different devices that create, will allow certain words, algorithms to get through. So the Nokia, I can say things or have things said on it. Like, that's weird. So now it's not even about whether or not we're online on a certain thing or this or that. You might be sending a message to someone and they might not even receive it because of whatever they're trying to read it on. Oh, that is weird. I'm not even joking. You meant watch. I'll put watch. Hold on. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. I'm holding my breath. Check this out. Okay, maybe we can zoom in better. See those words better. Weird. Okay, well, so you can see over on this side, right over here, right? We got the screen, and then we got what it says, and then hold on. Good morning, Scooby Roo. So we're checking something interesting. Okay, so you said it's odd, right there. Okay, so it's odd, right? And then the next thing it says is proprietary blend. But on the comments here, it says it's odd. I think I'm going to stop mentioning the C word or the T with the H and the C thing and just call it natural herbs. And then your next comment is proprietary blend of native plants. That is crazy. So now I was able to read that comment on my Nokia phone, but it's not showing up right here. That's trippy. That is trippy. So because of certain people saying certain things on certain places or on certain devices, it won't go through. They are watching. That is interesting. Okay, let's get back to glass. We just, I just had to prove that out because I can read it. Like I can still read the comment. How can I even know what you even posted and typed? You know, unless I saw it. Now I'm gonna have to make sure I read everything here on my phone, and that's hard because I'm not very near. My nearsightedness sucks. I can't read nearsighted. Okay, all right, whatever. I'm watching them, watching us, watching you, watching me, watching us. They're watching you play with yourself. Just kidding. Yeah, so how you guys doing? How's your day? It's a beautiful day. I actually got the storage unit all figured out. Oh my gosh. Thank you to my friend Joyce for coming through and helping me out, loaning me the truck. I was able to get it done in 2 days. And then also, uh, she let me hold on to it for the evening because it was going to be too late to get back. So awesome. Really nice of her. I appreciate it. Thank you. We went from a 10 by 10 to a 5 by 10, and I somehow was able to get all of our stuff fit in there. I got rid of one bicycle. I put it at a park. I just left it there by a tree. I was like, whatever. Someone will get it. It doesn't have good tires. All the bicycles that I have, they don't have good tires and tubes. They pretty much just all done. It's all lame. And so I had to I had to get some other stuff that was in my storage out, which that was interesting. I was like, oh my god. I don't know if you guys ever had situations like this, but I got longtime friends, you know, family friends basically. Like you know, basically my friend's mom. I've always considered her like a mom too, you know. And so we had storage units that, well, I had a unit. I had to get out of a unit a while back. We had this big old box car. Crazy ridiculous. It was like a 10 by 40 box car over at Grizzly Storage. And I was utilizing it to just store a bunch of stuff. And at the time, I was collecting things that, you know, you can find for free on Craigslist or you just find on the side of the road. Maybe it needs some work or this and that. And then I would go and I'd pick them up. And that's kind of how I started collecting all these bicycles. So I'd find these bicycles on Craigslist or on Facebook. People just like, hey, giving away a bike on nextdoor.com. You know, just people giving away bikes, or hey, I got a bike for sale for $10, $20, and be like, hey, that's a nice frame, or that's got some good parts, or hey, that's a good bicycle, like entirely. And so, you know, started acquiring and accumulating things like that in this big old box car, and then um, I had to get out of it. I didn't know that they had this interesting little hidden policy or whatever. You wrote that, Philip. I can't believe that went through. See, that they allow that to go through, but they don't know. But they don't want to allow the C word. But you can write that. I got to be careful what I'm reading here, man. I've been up since 3 a.m. and had to play 4 hours in the snow and cold. What do you mean had to play for 4 hours? You went driving around, or you were actually like playing, like making a snowman? You're like playing, making snow angels? Making some snow ramps and jumping them with your snowboard? That's my kind of play. But also, you know, running around, doing some donuts and 360s when no one else is on the road. That's always fun. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to hit the thing. So I don't know what I'm gonna make. It's really cold out there right now, and I was thinking I didn't want to be outside. That's all. It's really cold out there. So I was thinking I was just gonna like wait till probably 10 o'clock before going over. So I don't know, another 30 minutes or so. We'll just do some glass here, have fun. Do like a little 45-minute demo here. I don't know what I want to make or what I am gonna make. What I need to make. I don't know what colors I've made of the mushrooms because they're all in that jar now. But there's 45 of them. If I can make 5 more of a different color. It's like, did I make pink? I don't know if I ever made pink. So did anyone see the moon when it came up? Did you see the moon this morning when you were out? I noticed that it came up and it looked like it was half of a moon. Not a half moon. I guess you would call that a quarter moon when it's half. And it was completely flat on the top portion of it. Round on the bottom and flat on top. Like half a pizza. I'm trying to think, what colors did we do? We did all the different colors, the purples. We did white. don't know if I did pink. And I don't know if I did peacock. Peacock's a good color. Cobalt blue. You know what, actually, so I'm going to use this. I think this is like a dark amber purple or something like that. I'm going to do a little stringer here. So I don't know what you're doing for the Twinkle Light Parade coming up here. I believe it's on the 14th. But Steve-O, or Alfred, I don't know how you know him by, over there at Vaporium, they're going to be setting up. I'm going to try to set up and do some live glass blowing. The only issue is he was going to help me out with the ride, and he, I guess he traded in his truck for an SUV. So he said he'd no longer be able to give me a ride. So I'm going to have to figure out how to get my torch down there. But maybe we can get our ride figured out before then. Now that I don't have such a huge payment on that storage unit. Oh my gosh, such a big storage unit. So stupid. I need to actually just start getting rid of it. I'm glad that I posted up on Nextdoor. I can't post anything up on Facebook right now, or I can't share links. So I can't even share my own links, videos, or anything. I can share pictures though. I can post up pictures. I can just like post a link, or not a link, but post up like make a post, type up something, whatever's on my mind. Like, I'll let you know what's on my mind. Facebook, FB. Always use that hashtag FUFB. Let's get that one going. Did you ever comment? I don't know if did my comments not scroll. What have you been doing since 3 a.m.? You said you were up playing in the snow. Did you comment? Did it not go through? You know, I saw that they were, the airplanes were flying all over yesterday and leaving behind a lot of the different lines in the sky, the clouds and stuff. So that means that there's a storm coming, usually in a day or two afterward. And it got really cold this morning, so there's a cold front. And then they got that crazy cyclone that's happening right now. And I don't even know if I can use the terminology that they're calling it without getting in trouble. But the news can call it that all day. They can say all kinds of stuff. It's interesting how news and media can say things, but yet we aren't able to. Like, do I have to set up my channel as a news station? I mean, that's what I used to do on Hemp TV channel 27. We basically, like, we were a broadcast and a media affiliate. I still have my credentials and my badges. I still am press. I still got my press badges. I don't do that anymore. I don't really focus on that anymore. But that's interesting, actually, to think about that, you know? Like, in the world of Facebook and YouTube and all this stuff that came up, back then when I was doing those things, we didn't have this kind of social media presence and platforms. So a lot of people who know me from online don't know my whole background and history and all the different things that I used to do. How I used to sit in the press boxes of presidential debates or different visits when they would come in. People don't realize that we actually had producer badges. We had credentials. So anytime I post up anything, I always get all this backlash from people, especially on Facebook. Facebook's just full of trolls, especially people who I used to consider my friends. And now I'm just like, what's going on? Everyone's just become a troll. Everyone's like jumped into the whole bandwagon mentality of just being a-holes to everyone. It's fun. This world we live in, so hostile. A very hostile environment. So I'm actually surprised that my camera's working. Is my camera working? Or is it kind of jumping in and out worse than ever before? Is this working right? Actually, I didn't even think about that. I'll tell you a story. I've had a couple interesting days. Oh yeah, and I was telling you one story about the storage unit. And my friends, so we had this, I had this unit, big old boxcar unit, right? Years ago. And they had this hidden policy on there that was attached. I didn't know. It wasn't something I signed. Wasn't in the agreement or anything. But, you know, the part of the agreement was if you didn't pay on time, then they would get you with the late fee, right? And then if you didn't pay again the next month and it rolled over and you get another fee, then they start putting you through like a process of getting you into an eviction process, and then they'll want to auction off all your stuff, right? But then if you pay them off, then you save it from going to auction, and then you just move forward, and then you just pay again the next month, right? And I've had many different storages and storage units over the years. I've lost several storage units. So I know the procedure and how it all works, and going into eviction and having things be auctioned off, having it still be a part of your credit and having an oath still, even though they basically took all your stuff and sold it all. Locked you out, you weren't able to like save anything, you know? But it is what it is. I lost some pretty important things actually, but it's all material. We can always get them back, you know. So I ended up letting it go for like 2 or 3 months. I think it was 3 months. And then it was about to go to auction, but I was like, I'll just pay you guys, you know, I owed you $200 a month. Then whatever the late fees were and everything on top of that, I pretty much gave them like $800, right? Like, okay, well, here's $800. Sorry about that. They took the money, gave me a receipt. They came back out and they're like, okay, well, you know, you have 30 days to vacate now, right? I was like, what? Like, no. What do you mean I have 30 days to vacate? I'm like, yeah, that's our policy. If you're late for more than 2 months or 3 months, I don't know what they were saying, then then you have to vacate. And I was like, I never remember reading that in the contract. I could have like fought them and took them to court and just left my stuff there and just continued to pay them. And if I offered them the money, right, for the next month's rent and they accepted it, then that would have all been null and void, and I would have just stayed there. But I was just like, whatever. I'll just get out and not deal with it and not have to pay that much. But then that cramped our place here because we only got a little 2 bedroom. And so at that time, you know, we brought a lot of stuff back into our home here, and I had some big items. And my friend had a storage, a big 10 by 10, and wasn't using the whole thing, and had some space. So I was able to put a washer, uh, a mattress, um, a couple bags, a couple boxes maybe, a big screen TV, and some little coffee table. So like just a couple things that like basically sat in a corner, and they allowed me to keep it in there for a while. And then I decided, well, they decided they were going to downsize, and I was like, okay, well, I need to get my stuff out. So let me, if I can just get a unit. I ended up just getting one, and I got it online for like $89, and it was a great deal. I was like, awesome, we can afford that, get a big unit. And I told them at the time, like, yeah, you guys can put some of your stuff in here for a while. And and I told them, I was like, yeah, I've got these extra bicycles and stuff. I plan to bring a few of them back and utilize the space because I didn't need the whole 10 by 10. And I was like, you know, I'll utilize the space to work on the bicycles and stuff. And they were getting their own 5 by 10, so all the stuff that they had in 10 by 10, they were downsizing to a 5 by 10, which forced me to have to get my own place and get my own unit. But then I told them, like, yeah, if you guys have like anything extra or whatever at your home or whatever, you need to store it there, you're welcome to do so since you let me. Well, it's been like, I don't know how long now, at least a year, maybe two, about a year and a half now, that I've been storing these things, and it's accumulated more and more and more to where it went from just like a little bit to where then it took up a decent amount of space in there, and I couldn't work on the bicycles anymore. And and then I got forced to have to downsize and vacate. I couldn't afford it anymore. It went from $89 a month to $180 a month. I was like, that's ridiculous. I don't know how they're able to price gouge like that. They just know that you don't really want to deal with the hassle of moving your stuff. They know that it's expensive to go and, you know, get a moving truck, get another rental unit, all these things, that you're just going to keep your stuff there. And they can just keep bringing your price up. You know, it's like, man, crazy. That's how they get people's stuff. So I'm so grateful that we were able to borrow a truck and get it all out. But it sucked because then, I've been trying to let my friends know, like, hey, I got to downsize this very soon. We were talking about this like long ago, back in like May or June. And then even July, we were messaging each other about it. And then October came around, and that's when Balloon Fiesta hit. And there was a lot of stuff going on, but I was like, yeah, I still need to figure this out. Get your guys' stuff out. You guys get a bigger unit for yourselves, or we all go in and get an even bigger unit together and just rent it out together. We could just store it all together, which would have been fine, and it would have saved us money individually. But I don't know what happened. They ran out of time. They weren't able to secure a spot. I had to get my stuff out, or I was going to be charged that extra, and I couldn't do that. I was like, well, I got to get it out. So I ended up having to get their stuff out at the end last night and just go take it over to their place and just drop it off on the side of their house and by their garage there. So hopefully they are able to find a storage unit or be able to put a tarp on it or something like that. So there could be some weather coming in here the next few days. And it sucked that I had to do that. I didn't want to have to do that, but none of their stuff was going to be able to fit in our little unit that we were downsizing to. And I wanted to get a larger unit with them, but I don't know what happened. I don't know. Being non-decisive is what happened. And then waiting till the last minute. Procrastination and non-decisiveness, not taking action. And eventually I was forced to. So that was an interesting few days. But during my time while I was headed over there, I had to ride my bike over to go borrow the truck. And I was crossing the road. And as I was crossing, there was traffic that was coming. So I was trying to race over. And I accidentally popped my phone out of my pocket from my sweater, my hoodie. And it landed on the road. And the only lane where the car was is where it landed. And it just so happened to land perfectly to where their tires were. They rolled over my phone. My phone got crushed. My screen is so effed up right now. It is shattered. It is beat up. It looks so bad. It looks bad. So I am surprised that this works. I think it works. You guys have been here. We've been commenting. I've been able to bring up this stuff. I can type things out still on my broken cracked screen. Nice and fun. I couldn't believe that. Like, really? I dropped it right there. And I wanted to stop, but I would have stopped like right when traffic was coming, and I don't know if they would have stopped. Some people are so crazy out here in Albuquerque. Crazy Albuquerque. I have a playlist called Crazy Albuquerque. And I don't know if any of y'all have commented ever since the last comment on been up since 3 a.m. But that's the last comment that I have here, just so y'all know. There was a chat going for a while, and then all of a sudden it just went away. I don't know if my phone did something. Did it turn it off? No. Alright. You guys are just lurking while you're working. Creeping while you're sleeping. I got that song in my head now because you posted up. They're always watching, or they are watching. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Who's playing tricks on me? Whoa, whoa. Who was that? Some Maxwell from back in the 80s? You guys know that? The older generation, my generation and before, our generation. Alright, we're on number 3 here. It's almost 37 minutes in. Lucky number 37. So, we got 3 of these. We'll get 2 more of these made here. A little mushroom. These are like the bread and butter. I've always just made these and sold them left and right. I never have an issue with mushrooms. Mushrooms will just sell all the time. And now that they've actually become more mainstream recently, and a lot of people are pushing for the medical use of them and things like that, and recreational and all that, um, the popularity of them has skyrocketed once again. A lot of people are interested in them. There was even someone who was a little bit taken back by them when I had them hanging at my booth, and they were like, "What are these? What do they mean?" I was like, "Oh, they're just mushrooms. You know, people like mushrooms. Some people like to use them for medical purposes or recreational purposes, spiritual purposes. Some people just like mushrooms. Like, you know, kids just like the way a mushroom looks. They'll just start drawing mushrooms. You know, like the Smurfs. People just have this fascination with the shape of the mushroom, right? People just love mushrooms. But she was just like, oh, I'm gonna have to talk to some of my friends about that to see what it really means. And I'm just like, oh, huh, okay, that was interesting. Oh, I see Michael Coles is here. Oh, we got some comments coming in, and just wanted you to know that the live stream is perfect. Sorry about your phone. Oh, thank you. Thank you for giving me that heads up. So, and the microphone works too. You guys can hear me, apparently. I'm going to have to replace it. It's so shattered. I was like, is that just the screen protector? And then you can see on the side, like where the screen protector isn't protecting it, and it's like all shattered on the edges. Like, yeah, no, it's cracked. I don't know if it was face down. It had to have been face down on the road because the camera is fine. The camera side's fine. So the rubber probably went over the camera side. And yeah, that's pretty crazy. So what's going on, Michael? How you been doing? How's Canada treating you right now? Are you in that cyclone? You getting hit with all the wind and the rain? I heard it's gonna be torrential rains for several days. This is my friend up there in Canada, guys, that I've mentioned before, who does the Drop of Water campaign. Power outage for 6 hours? You're going through 6 hours already, or it's happening for 6 hours? You've been in it Tuesday night. Oh, since Tuesday night? Or there was a power outage on Tuesday night for 6 hours. I think I'm understanding that. So did you do okay? Did you have a backup plan? Do you have solar lights and things like that? Keep you going during those downtimes? For us, we got a few solar lights, and we got plenty of different types of survival candles and things like that I've made. We got ways to charge our phone with a little portable charger and things. And then I've got more lights and things that I can continuously charge. So we actually had a couple power outages here last year. There was at least like 6 power outages. And our neighbors were all in the dark. And we were the only ones that still had lights on inside. One of our neighbors, we had to give him candles and things because he didn't have anything, wasn't even prepared at all. So we did what we could to help him out. Oh, now everyone's all coming back. Put clear tape on the broken screen so I don't get glass slivers. Oh yeah, I've done do that before. I've even filled it in with super glue. But yeah, I've covered it with tape. That's actually a good idea. I might need to do that until I get a new one. And then I'll have to move all of my photos over. And all my contacts, of course. But my phone, it's got so many different photos. The reason why I got this phone was because it had a large memory capacity on its own without needing an external. So I'm gonna have to find something that's very comparable to it. And then maybe what I'll do is, instead of using my new phone for all this weird stuff of sharing this and that, which at this point it doesn't even matter. I'm just like, man, I'm wasting space, wasting time. Sharing things out's just gonna get me in trouble. People know the world's finally waking up. It's at that point where I can just kick back and relax. All the time and energy and work and effort that I've been doing since the late 90s, I can now sit back and see others now taking the efforts up and doing things, and I can just focus on just being an artist here, playing around, making glass, shooting the shit. Had to reboot the furnace in the morning, huh? From 11 p.m. to 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. They had you guys in the cold. Ooh. But you slept through it, huh? You just get your sleeping bags. You know, like back in the day when I was at Camp Two Dogs, I rarely used any sort of a heater out there, and we didn't have any insulation. If you remember, we insulated Mitra's place, but my place didn't have the insulation yet. I was so busy working on her place, getting that all set up, getting the plumbing going, the rain catchment system, the solar, making sure she had the ladder that climbed all the way up to her loft and everything. That was like a cool transformer. It like folded out of the way and stuff. And then that cable that folded out of the way and all these different projects and things. I didn't have time to work on mine. So it was basically just bare walls, right? It was just the bones. Had no insulation whatsoever. But yet I slept through the winter. I moved up there, what was it, like December 26th, like the day after Christmas pretty much. In the with just I just wore my jacket. I just stayed in my jacket, wore my wool socks at night. I always had new and dry socks. So I'd have socks that I'd sleep in, and then I'd have the other socks that I'd have for the day. You know, I'd have like a whole bunch of pair. I had all kinds of different shoes, work boots, all kinds of different footwear and stuff. But I had sleeping gear, sleeping bags, and a nice parka, a really good jacket, basically like a snowboard jacket, snowboard pants. I was set up. I was like, this is easy. This ain't nothing. And then we built that 55-gallon rocket stove in Orlando spot. That's the other thing too, is building his spot. We spent all that time working on his place. I never spent time working on mine really. You know, I just threw a bunch of pallets in the front and then threw some boards on top and called it a day. That was my steps to get in, right? We didn't even like really build anything there. The only thing I really built was that solar oven. That was cool. But it was so, I don't know. I loved being up there like in the wintertime. It felt like just an amazing challenge. And then it was like a breeze, like a walk through the park for me. But then others who were up there, like you can tell, it was like, oh my gosh, like hell froze over and we were living right in it. It's so interesting, the different perspectives and attitudes that people have and the ways that people are, how they respond to react to certain things, certain situations. Oh, working on the Twin Totem Poles project. Beautiful. I was actually telling them about how I was supposed to go up there to Canada for the World Water Day and for the poles, the Twin Totem Poles, I believe, a couple years ago. We spoke on that. I've mentioned you and many things you've done in Niagara and the water drops you've gifted out and your connection with the drop of water. So yeah, you're kind of known a little bit. People know you. Everyone should move photos, contacts, and text before they delete the text app that came with their phone. Yeah, so as far as all the, I'm not sure what you're meaning, all the different text, because like we use like Facebook Messenger. People have, what's the other one? FaceTime. Is that an actual real app? Everyone says, hey, let's FaceTime, and then they basically just message each other on Facebook. I'm like, is that what FaceTime is? Is just using Messenger with the video? Or is there an actual app that's called FaceTime? I don't even know. I'm like, whatever, all this weird stuff. No one even uses their phone to call each other anymore. Like, what happened to the phone? The phone's become obsolete. Now it's just a computing device for online social media platform. It's a social media device is what it is. Living in the social media world. We're living the social media world. Come on. Oh, it is through Messenger? Okay, so there isn't an actual app called FaceTime. People just saying, let's have some FaceTime. Let me get some FaceTime with you. It's like, nah, man. I don't want you to see my face. Just call me. Let me get some ear time. How about some ear time with you? We should start calling it that. Hey, can I get some ear time with you? Some talk time. No FaceTime, I want talk time. I wish we had a way to communicate like that here. Instead of you guys always having to text and me having to read. If we could actually have discussions and conversations here, there'd be a barrier removed, you know? But there's like this kind of a barrier there that limits us from our conversations that we can truly have here. Oh yeah, oh yeah, we could do this in Zoom. Duh. See how old school I am? I forget about those things. And then there's also, what's the Telegraph? Telegraph that's an awesome app where it's pretty unlimited. I got onto Telegraph one time because there was like a little pyramid thing that I knew it was a pyramid, but you know, sometimes those pyramids work before the bottom falls out from under you. And we got in right when the bottom fell out. It's like, dang it, oh well, whatever. At least we helped someone else. But it was like a family sharing thing. Like all these people were coming in from all our group. It's like, hey, you want to help each other out? We've been able to help others out, and it's just come around. Like soon it'll be your turn to be helped out, and if you just give, and eventually others will help out. And it's like, oh, that sounds cool. Little community of giving and receiving. But then some people, they were so scared, like, oh, I don't know, and they decided it's not going to work, so they made it not work. Like, well, it would have worked if you guys would have made it work. It works if you work it, because you're worth it. Just kidding. ah. No, but it does work. Those kind of things do work. Everything's a pyramid. That's the one thing that people don't understand. The SEO, the CEOs, they're all, not the SEO, but the CEOs, they're all on top, right? Always on top, always in control. All right, let's see. This is number 5. I just wanted to make 5. I'm going to probably let y'all go. I was trying to let the day warm up before I go do some work. I only got a couple hours, so not too much. Oh, let's finish it up real quick. Yeah, Zoom is good. Zoom is good for both audio and video, and you can record. And then I know that like there's places like I think on here I can now do a vertical screen and invite people to come in, like one on one, which I actually would like to do eventually. I mentioned that as soon as I noticed we had the feature here. It was that I wanted to start doing interviews with different artists, different glass artists, different musicians, people that I've worked with, different organizations, just people that want to come in and talk about their work, what they do, what their creative nature, their art, their music, their movies, TV shows, anything that they're working on, and we could sit here and talk about that. I would love to actually really discuss the whole glass blowing history here and get to do some interviews with like the person who taught me how to blow glass, find out about who he was taught by and who he was taught by and things like that, and all this different stuff. A Zoom video, it says, and the best thing, you don't have YouTube shutting you down all the time for things said. That's another thing, right? Is in Zoom, then it's pretty much anything goes. Do they have? I see. I don't use Zoom enough. I know that we can use it for all kinds of things, um, like right now. Our son is using Zoom right now for his online schooling, right? And they have different students in there, and they all sit together and they get to learn and do assignments together. Yesterday they had a little Thanksgiving party where they got to watch a Thanksgiving movie together and eat snacks and stuff like that. So that was cool. So yeah, I definitely need to utilize Zoom and things like that. I was on Twitch for a while, but Twitch isn't something that we could all like sit around and talk and socialize. Good morning. How are you? I'm pretty much gonna be done here.
Did you flip the mattress? Or just move it a different way?
Am I just fine? Does it feel different or what?
Yes.
Feel better?
Yes.
Okay.
Holy shit, it feels so much better.
I must have spun it yesterday.
Yes, because it followed.
Okay, cool. All right. My wife came to say hello. So, I got distracted. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Zoom. So yeah, I'll try to figure that out. Maybe we'll put a Zoom together sometime. Maybe that's how we can do the 12 days of Christmas. That would be kind of fun. And then we could actually sit around the Christmas tree. You guys can sit around your tree. You can have your cocoa the way you like it. I can have my cocoa the way I like it. You know, the things that get us in trouble. That would be fun. And then we could do the whole white elephant thing. Or I still got to figure out how I'm gonna do this. 12 days of Christmas. I want to do like a giveaway, or we do like a white elephant thing, or we just do 12 days of Christmas giveaway, and then also do a white elephant for Christmas. The Glassman's Family Christmas. I love that. That's got a little ring to it. A Glassman. Well, it's got to be the Glassman's because I'm the Glassman. It's been trademarked with all one word, the Glassman. You got to say it like that too, the Glassman. No, you don't have to. But yeah, people always call me out like, "Hey, what's up, Glassman?" Because it would be weird if they were like, "Hey, what's up, the Glassman?" They had to say "the" in front of it. It's it's trademarked like that, the glass, and it's all one word. There's no space. And I did it like that on purpose and in quotations. It's also going to be the glass man in quotations. I couldn't put that in my title on YouTube. They wouldn't allow quotations for the title. No, I'm being more precise. What it is a SEO. It's a search engine optimization keyword, key phrase. So when you put in the glassman in quotations and you Google the glassman in quotations, tell me what you find. You'll find so much more than you've even seen here. I'm just saying. That's why I did it. It's a search engine optimization thing. So yeah, it's like that. But when you want to search me, you put me in quotations, the glass man, all one word. And then if you add Albuquerque or if you add Dan, what? I don't know. Is that in that? Did you look it up? Can you make a teardrop with the cross inside of it? Oh, now you're being difficult. Just kidding. That's huh. I think so. I think I think that could be done, but it would definitely not be cheap. That would be like at least 30 to 40, I'm guessing. And when I say not cheap, like if my glass is like $100 or something like that. There's glass blowers out there that they sell their stuff for like $200, and I'm just like, you have buyers that can afford $200 pendants. Like I'd be sitting here on that pendant forever. Like next year, I'd still have it. Trying to sell this for $200, please. I'll take 185 for it. Spare some change. You got some change, sir? You got some change? You know where that change came from? I'm sitting on it. It's a manifestation and sitting on some change, making change happen. I'm weird like that. I'm cool like that. I'm Scoob like that. I'm what like that? Rue like that. You like that. I'm two like that. That's cool. We out. Just kidding. We're not out. I was just turning you guys around. Robbing my kid's piggy bank. You know my daughter's piggy bank? She actually was a little plastic one. And she found half of it the other day. It's like, I don't know where the other half is. She threw it away. It's cool. She was all cleaning out her area, going through stuff. She's grown a lot. This is actually the ceiling. The walls are not just plain white. It'd be cool if I had a tapestry up there with some lights on the ceiling. Now I'm getting some ideas. Like, now. Yeah, I can't show you guys what I'm doing on the other side or we'll get shut down again. You don't want me to get any more strikes, do you? Strike 3, you're out. I don't know if they're like California or anything, man. You get a strike 3 law and you're done for in the slamma. Slamma jamma. Imagine if you got put in a slammer in your pajamas. You're like, man, you guys woke me up in the middle of the night. You came over here with the warrant. I didn't know I had a warrant. You come out with your slippers on. They take you in for processing. I'm like, oh man, I don't even got socks for these stupid jail shoes. Yeah, no more strikes, right? Yeah, you don't want to be forced to be wearing any of them orange Crocs, you know? What's the one color Croc they don't sell? Do they sell orange Crocs actually? That'd be so great if they do. I should go get me some. Go get me some penitentiary Crocs. The old Slamma Crocs. Slamma Jamma Crocs. That's what they should call them. The Slamma Jammas for your pajamas. Slamma Pajama. I think teardrops with the cross would be really popular. Oh. Wow. You know, there are about a dozen or so different variations of drops. And I've never thought about that. Like to actually bring it in as a new variation, a new style. You're onto something for sure. Definitely. Who, like there's so many individuals. I was gonna say who wouldn't want one, and there's a lot of individuals who wouldn't want one, but there's a lot of individuals who would love that. It's such a great idea. they can't be called a this, what do I call them? The Slamma Jammas? They have to be cheap plastic orange slides. Man, I remember having to wear those. I think I had black socks when I went in. I always wear black socks. I think I've always owned black socks for some reason. Besides my Christmas socks. Well, big pieces I don't know if I can do. I'm limited with my shoulder. That's why I work on jewelry and things. So we'll have to discuss that. If I can't do it, I do know a lot of glass blowers who are a bunch of badasses as well. But I know it wouldn't be my glass and that. But yeah, I can't really do large pieces also. You know, the size of the kiln makes a difference on what we can make and stuff like that. Oh, about the ornament. Oh, well, yeah. Anything that I've made before and prior, then yeah. We can definitely discuss that. I'm hoping very soon in the near future that I'll be able to do some more of these. So you guys have seen these cool little UFO guys. Okay, I was like, hopefully my Zoom works. So yeah, the Zoom works. Yay. My camera works. I can't believe it. I can't believe my phone got crushed. My phone still works though. Like, should that be a good commercial? We can tell Nokia, hey, my phone got run over and it's perfectly fine. Except the screen, of course. But I can still see. It's not even black, it still works. It's amazing. But check it out. So you got the little baby, right? On top of the big boy right there. Look at that. He's got this little spot he could sit in. It's a little landing port. He's like back at the mothership. Hey, mama. So this you can find on Facebook, known as, which is interesting, right? Facebook won't allow me to do this and that, but I have a page called TheUFOPIPE.com. Or, well, you know, facebook.com/ the UFOPIPE. And this, oh, now we're not able to get the zoom? Come on, Zoomy. Really? Hello? There it is. So that's a cool piece right there. There's my signature. Big dot, two little dots, and a triangle. Triangle is one of the most strongest structures. Several triangles put together represents a hexagon. Hexagons are everywhere. Maybe I should start signing with a hexagon. That'd be cool. But yeah, so this used to be my bread and butter. This was an amazing piece. Was in a lot of different shops. They couldn't keep them on their shelves. They're still asking me for them to this day. I have not been able to wholesale them, but working on my shoulder recently, I'm hoping to get back into that game and start doing those again very soon. So I got a couple things that I branded out. We got that, the UFO. We got Glass Jellyfish Jewelry on Facebook. You can find that page, Glass Jellyfish Jewelry. Facebook page, Glass Balloons, um, Gardunio Glass, and that's about it for now. Oh, and the Drop of Water, of course. Yeah, I got several others. I got a lot of pages. Like I said, I manage a lot of pages. But I'm gonna let you guys go. It's probably warm enough to where I can probably get started with my day. Um, you guys have a wonderful day. I'll be back live again. I'll probably have something a little bit more interesting to talk about and things to share. I really do want to work on more eyeballs. These eyeballs came out so nice. I really do like how these came out. They came out pretty good there, I must say myself. So I'll be having these also available. Ooh, I can see you. And yeah, we'll make a bunch of different things. Make a hanging glass spiral that spins like those metal ones with the colored. Wait, whoa. A hanging glass spiral that spins. The metal ones. Crystal ball inside. Well, I can definitely do like a crystal orb, but more like this. Like these are known as what are these known as? Like the witches balls or something like that. And they make them. They put them out in different places. Um, you know, ornaments. They call them ornaments too. But they're also known as something else, like where they make these orbs, and then they put like, I think they push onto the insides of them, like specifically, and those are like known as the witches balls or something like that. But I could see that where you have the spiral spinning around with the glass orb inside. That would be really cool. All right, well, I'm gonna let you guys go. I can sit here and talk all day. Because I work for myself, so I could like literally sit here all day. But I'm not going to, because I got to go help my friend. She needs some help with another job, and I got to go do a few hours over there. So you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Love and blessings. I'm out. I'll definitely look that up. Spinning with the crystal ball mobile type decorations. I will definitely look that up. Thanks a lot for the idea. Appreciate it. And the crystal, not the crystal, the cross and the drop. We'll work on those later. We'll see how those come out, and then I'll share with you, and I'll probably send one out to you. once we get all these prizes out. All right. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Oh my gosh, I can't hit the button. My phone's so cracked I can't hit the button. Okay, there it is. I couldn't. It wouldn't allow me to hit the X. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's horrible. All right. Later.